Hi guys, Steady Eddie here. This time coming all the way from sunny Nha Trang in Vietnam. Well, there's the beach down there. There's a bit of cloud around right now, but it should clear up later. I've been in Nha Trang for about 4 days now and the weather has been terrific. It's the month of February and it's a great climate. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do for this video, I'm going to show you the contrast in Nha Trang. The contrast between the beach and the town centre. And it is a contrast really, because the fact is that the beach is really beautiful. I will be showing you the beach later on in this video. Whereas the town centre of Nha Trang is really quite grim. It's, well, I think that's the perfect word for it, I have to say. It's grim. Well, this is my third visit to Nha Trang. First came here about 15 years ago. Then I came about 6 years ago. And nothing in this town centre has changed much. I even thought years ago the town centre was grim. But, well, that's it. It's the contrast. To be honest with you, I can't think of another beach resort, beach city, town, whatever, where there is a sharper contrast between the beach and the town centre. The beach being very nice and the town centre being really ugly, grim. And don't anyone say Blackpool either. I've lived in Blackpool and I think the town centre there is probably better looking than the beach. Blackpool's a great place to visit, terrible place to live in. I've done both. Well, you know, I lived in Blackpool. Where do you think I got this alcohol problem from? Just have a walk, mate. Just have a little glance, okay? Okay. Cheers, mate. Okay. So Nha Trang's town centre is obviously not the most appealing place, and it doesn't really seem to have had that much development over the years. There's a bit of building work going on here and there, but overall it's certainly not the most appealing place to have a walk around. It's pleasant enough. The problem I have with it is that when you're walking around this town centre, or sitting at one of the bars having a drink in the Nha Trang town centre, you do not feel like you're in a beach resort. Well, I suppose, you know, not just a beach resort. I mean, Nha Trang is actually quite a large city. But in other places, you know, you get away from the beach, you go into the town, it still feels like you're in a beachy sort of environment. Here you don't. It's, you know, I've made the point about it being grim. At night time, it's particularly grim. You really find yourself wishing of a night time that they brighten the place up a bit, you know, having a bit more well lit like they do in, you know, other Vietnamese cities. Oh, it's ice cream. Oh, no, not ice cream. Wanted fruit. Okay. massage. Where's the oh, show me how much a massage is. 150. Well, I don't know what that means, but you know, no, I'm just having a walk. I'm gonna have a walk anyway, but thanks anyway. Thanks for showing me. Thank you. What's that? Crazy roll, what is that exactly? Oh, it's a pancake. It's a pancake and a massage. What more can anyone possibly want? Okay. So where does Nha Trang remind me of? Well, I suppose if anywhere, it probably reminds me of Rio, Copacabana. There you've got this lovely glamorous beach, and then you go inland for just one block and you've got a rather grim town centre. I suppose Nha Trang reminds me a little bit of Rio without the mochas. Oh no, just a minute. What's that? Oh well, it looks tempting. A body massage, 150,000.
1 hour.
1 hour. Well, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Well,
Do you want to try? Because we discount only still 4 p.m. After 4 p.m. no price. This after 4 p.m. it's very expensive.
oh, very expensive after 4 p.m. Okay, well, I'm having a little walk out right now, but if I want a massage, I'll make sure to get it before 4 p.m.
Maybe
Okay?
tomorrow.
Well, you never know. Thank you. Well, Nha Trang is Vietnam's main beach resort. It's the biggest beach resort, the most well-known one. Now, years ago, people used to say Vietnam is the upcoming place, it's the new Thailand. Well, in terms of tourism, I still think it's got a long way to go. I suppose you could say that Nha Trang is probably the closest thing Vietnam would have to somewhere like Pattaya. But it doesn't really compare in that way, it doesn't compare. Nha Trang, over the years, it's become more and more a Russian resort, and now it is, I don't know, it's almost exclusively Russian. Really, a lot of the restaurants, hotels have, you know, their menus and whatever in Russian, and you know, there's not really that many English speakers that you encounter around here. You know, I'm not against them. I'm not against Russians. I'm sure they're nice people. Never done me any harm. You know, I mean, I was in a bar the other night and there was Russians everywhere, and I was kind of relieved when a group of Indians walked in. Oh well, nice to have a bit of ethnic diversity for a change. So why has Nha Trang never really caught on with us Westerners? Well, it doesn't stop me from coming here. This is my third visit to Nha Trang, and I've had some good times here in the past, some really good times. But I think it's simply perceived as being a Russian resort. you ask a lot of people, you know, British or Americans or whoever, what do you think of Nha, and they look and say it's full of Russians. It's not to say that there's anything wrong with that. It's just that it's ideal for Russians, but not really for everybody else, I suppose. If you want to meet other British people or other American people, you're more likely to meet them in places like Pattaya. Now, this place behind me here, the Wine Up Bar, this has always been one of the main nightlife places in Vietnam, but it looks totally different now. They've modernised it. They had seating arrangements outside. It looks totally different now than what it did in the past. But it has been a good place in the past, very much the in place to go. And in the past, well, I had some great results out of that place, you know. I met some lovely ladies on my previous visits there. Now it looks too modern for me. I'm a bit older now, and all that ravey, dancing, techno stuff, I really can't get into it. But, you know, I'll pay it another visit, and yeah, you know, there may still be some nice ladies knocking about there. I don't know. We'll see about that. Now, one of the things that's so obviously different between here and somewhere like Pattaya is that the bars that are here, the clubs, bars, whatever, are all spread out. The nightlife is spread out all over the place. It's not really the case where you see two bars next door to each other. They're all a fair distance away from each other. So if you're on a pub crawl, you know, you probably have to do a fair bit of walking around here. And you know, it also seems very, very dark at night. Well, it is very dark. The bars may be lit up, but you walk around these streets at night time, and the spaces in between the bars, you know, maybe a couple hundred meters, whatever, it all looks very, very dark and very poorly lit. That's quite strange, really, for Vietnam, because Vietnam, other places that I've seen here, they tend to like their bright lights. I've done a video on Da Nang recently, you know, very, very brightly lit city. Whereas here, this town centre at night time looks very dark and gloomy and very uninviting. Perhaps I'm sounding a little bit negative here, but I'm just trying to tell it like it is, trying to put you in the picture of everything. And as for go-go bars, well, I haven't seen any. looks nice. Yeah. Okay, give it a thought anyway. Thanks. Hot pot, $219,000. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good.
Very good.
Looks bloody good. Okay, well, I'm gonna have a walk around anyway. Thanks anyway, mate. So that's a little look around Nha Trang's town centre. Not really the most glamorous place, but it's late afternoon now and time to head down to the beach. Well, this is a rather good beach bar. In fact, it's a very good little beach bar. It seems to be popular with expats, and it's quite well known, this place. They serve very, very reasonably priced beer, cocktails, that sort of stuff. And it's the perfect beach location. Heineken is $35,000 a can. Saigon local is only $20,000. That's less than $1. You can have cocktails, black Russians, white Russians, whatever you want. Well, I'm opting for the Saigon. 20,000 dong for a nice cold bottle of beer. Can't argue with that. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next vid. Cheers.